other areas of your work, which I think ties in with this quite nicely, is this tension between deliberate practice, 10,000-hour rule, time under tension, and genetics, talent, advantage, something innate, predisposition, almost predetermination, I guess, for the absolute magic athletes amongst us. Where do you stand now after spending 2 careers in one form or another thinking about this? Where do you stand on 10,000-hour rule versus genetics, talent, advantages, etc.?
Well, I don't think my views have changed that much on this. I think that my experience in table tennis was for people to say when they saw me playing well, you've got a gift. You must have been born with extraordinary reaction speeds and athleticism, but they hadn't seen the hidden story, which was I mentioned in Reading, but on the street that I grew up on, it had 50% of the top table tennis players in Britain. This is from a population of about 1 million recreational players. So I had a series of advantages, in addition probably to pretty good genes too, which was my parents bought a table for the garage when I was about 8, so I'm practicing like crazy with my brother, who was 2 years older and better than me, so I'm getting stretched the whole time. I'm losing a lot and learning a lot. Then the school teacher at the primary school that I went to in Reading, which was on the road that had all the top players, Silverdale Road, was the best coach in Britain, Peter Charters. And he invited me and my brother, some other young players, to a club that was open 24 hours a day. You just had a set of keys and you could let yourself in and practice before school, after school, holidays and weekends. So did I have genes that were conducive to table tennis? Yes. But are there other crucial factors in explaining what enabled me to get to the top? Absolutely. And the relationship between the contribution of genes and the contribution of luck, environment, circumstance probably changes depending on the activity. To be good at basketball, you definitely need to be, I guess, reasonably tall. That's highly genetically mediated. There's probably other areas where the genetic contribution may be a little bit less. But typically, I would suggest it's a multifactorial phenomenon where you really need to have the perfect storm of lots of different things happening at the same time.
Do you know the fine-tuned theory of the universe? Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like your table tennis career was sort of not too dissimilar to that. So for the people that don't know, there's I don't know, it's like 10 different numbers, 10 different forces, the relationship between the strong and weak nuclear force, electromagnetic, gravity, this sort of weird cosmological constant, like a very slight bit of expansion that's going on. And all of these things, if only they were out by some absurdly small fraction of a lot of different numbers, the meal that was created from the ingredients would not be a universe conducive to having matter. It would have clumped together because gravity was too strong, or it would have blasted apart because it was too weak, or heavier atoms, heavier elements would have been able to form for whatever reason. And I always think about that. I've got Brian Cox, fellow,
right,
coming on the show soon.
Coming on. I think this is sometimes cited by religious people as an argument for the existence of God under the rubric of the weak anthropic principle. Just one thing I'd throw into the mix, Chris, is explaining it in that way, I think is completely valid. And if your goal is to become the best table tennis player, say in England, and that anything else is just a disaster, then you really want to have all of those ingredients in order to bother making the attempt to use the limited time on Earth to get there. In a zero-sum environment, if we all improve by 10%, the relative rankings remain the same.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're only interested in the relative ranking, that's something that one needs to bear in mind. But my sense is that in many things in life, it's a positive-sum game. If you and I and lots of other people improve our ability to communicate, that's good for us, probably good for the institutions we work at, and good for the society. If people have a growth mindset attitude towards mathematics and we all become more numerate, that's great for us and it's great for society. And for what it's worth, even though sport is often pictured as a zero-sum environment, No matter how much people improve at table tennis, there's only one person who can win the gold at the Olympics every 4 years. The journey of trying to be the best that you can be, even if it doesn't mean that you're the best in the world, is a fascinating and often very beautiful one. And I worry a bit, and you'll be more connected to this than perhaps I am, is that occasionally I heard people saying, you know what, what's the point of being the best you can be? Why not just coast in life, quiet quitting, just doing the minimum? My sense from the evidence is that's a much less satisfying life than one where you're passionate about something, you try and be the best that you can be, you make a bigger contribution to the company, to yourself, to the society. And I think the dynamical power of that, when you scale it through a society, is tremendous. And I think it does explain certain trends in history.